Hey, what up? It's your boy JB.
Hey, what up? It's your boy JB out here on the Instagram live. All right.
Capture the podcast. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, after the 2025-2026 season.
Yeah.
We are here at the St. James in Springfield, Virginia, where some of the DMV's top talent is going to be competing against one another in arguably one of the most fascinating spectacles in a facility in St. James.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like is
Top notch.
the best in the Mid-Atlantic, if I've seen it.
Hands down.
So, Coach Overton, we appreciate you coming out and hosting this for us. We think it's a great opportunity for some of these kids in the area to get their last shot, right? Get more game film that they can present to coaches, and most importantly, compete at a high level.
Yeah, man, like you said, it's important for our area, right? And that's why it's important you guys are part of it. People like All Hitches, right? We've been blessed tonight that there's going to be like 5 coaches here.
Great.
As y'all just heard me on the phone. But like you said, man, it's necessary for our area to keep celebrating these kids, right, that we all watch.
Absolutely.
From youth all the way to their, final high school game,
Right.
whether it's D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, right? So it's a pleasure. Like you said, I want everything football with you guys and to happen here at the St. James, whether we run it or not. I think a big thing for it this year, we're not coaching in it, right? Like in either game, because again, I don't want that stigma that everything got to be my coaching staff or the St. James, right? We just want all football events here in our whole area. So
Yeah, and it's great because it's indoors. We all know that Virginia gets a little brick in December and January, and it is definitely playing its part and playing the role today. So this is like home to me because your boy played in the dome. So, Dio, talk a little bit about what went into creating the teams that we're going to see here compete tonight.
So honestly, right, we put out a sheet, we put out a form for the players to fill out, and then I let the coaching staff look at it. And they chose the teams themselves.
Okay.
I had nothing to do with the selection process other than people being mad as hell saying, Coach, my so-and-so ain't make it, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, like you said, I think what we can learn from it, we had a lot of people that played 2 sports. So today, Virginia was missing a lot of kids. We was here all week, right? Because they doing basketball.
Right.
So I think next year we need to put that caveat in it. Like if you're playing another sport, you're probably not going to be able to participate, but that's what went into it, honestly. Try to pick different coaches. Like, it's been us coaching in the past, and then it was Coach Hunter one time for friendship. But the last 2 years, it was Coach Cates.
Right.
That now has went on to Syracuse, who was at Rock Creek, and then he was at Riverdale. So just trying to take that stigma out of it. Even with the 8th grade game, right? You got a coaching staff from Gonzaga and Concordia Prep, right, which is 2 different private schools. So, that's what it is.
Right, so just allowing the community to really take hold and control of the creation of the game and really the execution of the game. You're just here providing the platform.
Right.
That's it. Us, and with the help of you guys, right, Strap Season, who does all the uniforms for the game and the apparel, hopefully we can keep building this up, right? I think it's important to brand it with you guys, with St. James, with Strap Season apparel to make sure, like you said, we brand it.
Right.
That's why it was important to me that the uniforms, the kids got shirts, shorts, all that stuff, because we wanted to feel like that. And, dealing with you guys being here all week, hopefully we can add some stuff to it throughout the week, next year.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a good week because kids aren't in school.
Right.
So like you said, hopefully we make this like a whole bowl
Whole bowl game
thing.
experience.
Next
that'd be
year,
great.
so,
Banquet, all that stuff.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you for explaining the rosters because I was getting slaughtered after I got the rosters from you and I posted them online. People were like, how do I get picked? How do I get picked? I'm like, I don't know. I just got headed the roster.
Yeah.
Hey, some of them people yelling at you, you like, well, did you fill out the form? They're like, no. I'm like, how was we going to pick you?
I mean, that's probably one of the easiest way to get into an all-star game. If somebody's just asking you to fill out a form.
Just put your name on the form.
I didn't even know how all-star games were picked back when we were playing. You mean you had to really ball and you had to be from a powerhouse program in order to make an all-star game.
What do we say? This is kind of like bringing back the Super 44, right?
Yeah.
But now, he said, amazing facility, indoors.
Yep.
Because also the other games are outdoors, and it's brick outside right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dio, talk a little bit, because you're in the recruiting realm 365, 24/7. That's one of your commitments and one of your promises to parents when they enroll here. Talk a little bit to parents and talk a little bit to the community about how important this last shot is for these seniors, and what this type of opportunity can do for these seniors as they progress out of their high school environment and try to make a shot to the next level.
Well, again, I think the opportunity that it provides, like you said, is important to me for all kids in my area, right? So we had a couple of schools here during the week, and then today, like you said, we'll have 3 or 4 coaches here. It's important because in this era with recruiting, it's very tough for young people, all right? No doubt. So again, any opportunity where somebody else can see you, potentially bring you home is, as many of those things we can create as possible is the best thing to do.
Agreed.
And no shameless plug for St. James, but, it's one of the things I say, right? Like, if you're at a school where you cannot graduate in December, you're behind recruiting no matter what. All right? Because if I'm a college coach and I love you as a player and I bring you back to my head coach and I say, hey, I really want this guy. My head coach is going to say, okay, well, can he be here in January?
Yeah.
Right. He's going to say, no, he in August, right? And college coach is going to say, so I'm supposed to skip over 2,000 grown men to wait for this 18-year-old to get here in August? Like, it's just not realistic.
Right.
And, we just had 2 young men who was at a school, and they was on a big visit, and the coach literally said, how many of you guys are graduated and can enroll in January? And right, and the 2 kids from the St. James D1 school raised a hand. They offered them on the spot. They committed because he said, I had 6 guys jump in the portal in your position.
Boom.
So it works both ways.
Right.
So again, this is another opportunity, but I just think a lot of coaches and parents are scared to say the truth, right?
Wow.
And if you notice at Hayfield, Freedom, we've been, my staff, getting kids where they left in December.
Correct.
I remember
Correct.
that. Yeah, Juju was the perfect
Doing it.
example.
Yeah.
Jeff, all of those guys. If you're somewhere where that can't happen, you better be an ESPN top 150.
That's right. That's right.
300,
Now,
top
that's
300.
That's a quote.
Yeah.
Or a 4-star, because why would I skip grown men to wait for you? All right, so again, but this is, just that last effort, again, to get kids whatever they want, be seen. And I think sometimes the recruiting part overweighs, but it's another chance for your parents to see you do it, right? Everybody didn't make a long run in the playoffs. Some of these kids, season been over since
November.
Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's another, even more so the opportunity for that.
Yeah.
Is very good, and I can appreciate being able to help provide that with all you guys.
Yeah. That's interesting that you're saying that about December, because Brent and I were just having a conversation earlier today about how, and we were having a conversation with Jose yesterday, the coach from Widener.
Yep.
And he was saying how the game has changed from high school to P4.
Yep.
All right. It's no longer this, I'm plucking you right out of high school and you're going straight to P4. A lot of kids are going to find themselves going to the D3, D2, D1, AA.
And there's nothing wrong with
And
it.
there's nothing wrong with that, all right? But it's kind of like waiting your turn for the varsity level. You're going to have to do the same thing at the collegiate level. Yep. And what you're saying is extremely powerful, because if you're blessed and fortunate enough for a P4 team to want to offer you in high school, understand that you've already separated yourself from 75 to 80% of the eligible roster, eligible kids out there. And so to put yourself in a position where you're able to graduate early and then go and be enrolled during spring ball, that's extremely important, because if it pans out, great, you have an entire spring season under your belt. If it doesn't pan out, you are further ahead of all the freshmen that are coming in the fall.
Absolutely.
Right?
And you might have film as well.
Yep, and you got some film. And so the great thing about that is or the thing that I don't think people are understanding is, nowadays, as an 18-year-old, when you are offered a P4 offer, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
And if you're not being put in a position to make that jump right now, then the past 4 years have really been kind of null, right? So I never really thought about it like that until you said it, but it makes absolute sense.
And again, like, it's hoops you got to jump through.
Right.
Like, you got to be a good student. Like, I had to fight at Hayfield to get my kids to be able to take English 12 and government over the summer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So young people, right, you got to be a good student so you can do that. But when we was at Freedom, we would start that process in the 10th grade. They would start taking English 11 and stuff in the summer.
Smart.
But again, right, I know some people act like, you know, they don't care about scholarships, right, and stuff, but your kids do.
Right.
And it doesn't guarantee anything, but at least we've done everything to put it in a position to accept whatever. And look at it, we had 16 seniors and we signed 10 already D1 in December. When if you combine all the other schools, they don't have that, right? And it's not necessarily saying, as people try to make it, I'm the best and only person or the gatekeeper. No. I've just always been willing to ruffle feathers to provide it, to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like at Hayfield, they were like, we don't do that. The county kept saying, we don't graduate people early. I'm like,
That's not true.
Let me say this,
It's
right?
not true.
If somebody was acting a fool, getting in trouble,
Right.
they would graduate them early,
That's
right?
Yeah.
They do it all
That's
the time.
That's so
Crazy.
weird that they would say that to you because
Well, it takes work.
Right.
The counselor got to do more work.
Ah.
It's paperwork that got to be signed.
Yeah.
It's a lot. The people, whoever's running graduation, so they don't want to do the work.
Right.
And that's terrible. That's terrible because now you're holding the kid back.
Yeah.
So
Right.
again, like you said, man, and it's not to bash anybody, but it's just speaking on, like you said, it's changed.
Yeah.
And you got to be willing to change with it. The other part that people are missing is this is about relationships.
Right.
Recruiting now is about relationships.
Big facts.
And you seeing it from some of your old powerhouse schools. They don't got 10, 15 people going to school no more.
No.
They've lost their relationships. Whereas before, the college coaches had to come to some of those schools because I had to get so many high school kids every year.
Right.
Now I don't have to.
Right.
They only going to the places where they got relationships. And again, we have those because our kids have gone on and done well.
That's right.
At the next level.
That makes sense, man.
And that's the pitch to the kids now. Like, it's your job to make sure people keep recruiting St. James.
Right.
You need to go to school, be a good student, be a good person, and be a good player. And then our body of work will speak for itself.
Take care. We took care of you. Take care of the next.
That's it.
Yeah. That makes
it.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah, and so it's funny because when I was a junior, we had a senior by the name of Richard Taylor. All right, Richard Taylor played running back at Centerville, and he ended up graduating early, going to Maryland. I mean, the dude left with his master's in 4 years, played for the Jets, whole nine, now works for Oracle. He's a beast.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was.
The point I'm trying to make is that back then, Richard Taylor leaving in December was a phenom.
Right.
All right. 20 years later,
It's natural.
it's the norm. All right. It's what needs to happen. And so, all the parents out there who are listening to this right now, I think you just got some free game.
right. Because what do you get after December to June? Nothing.
Right. Well, you get signing day in February,
talking
but
about
those guys don't go until
I'm talking about
August.
school-wise. If you're already
Yeah.
knocked your stuff out school-wise, what are you really getting from December to June if you have the opportunity to leave in December?
I tell you what a lot of our people don't. I'm playing basketball.
Yeah.
That's why they want to live out their hoop dream.
Nah, man, you can't do that. You be a 6'4" center
Right.
out here playing 6'4"
But
center.
that's what it is, though.
Yeah,
So
no,
that dual
that
sport.
makes sense. That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
I played basketball too.
Same,
right?
yeah.
But that's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a different time for us. That
Absolutely.
that circles back to the original point, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Well, in the future, or let's talk about this game now. Virginia in this game, I think they're 0-3, correct?
Absolutely.
From what I've seen in practice, and this, I'm just gonna take my bias stand right now. All right. If the previous teams have looked like what I have seen this week, I don't see how Virginia is 0-3. What I'm trying to say in a nutshell and paraphrasing is I'd be highly disappointed as a Virginia boy if the Virginia boys lost in a Virginia facility under a Virginia head coach
a really good Virginia head coach.
Exactly. And I just, and that's no knock on the talent that we saw from DC, Maryland.
No.
I'm a little biased, man. And, we play the game a little bit of a high level, and so we can kind of pick it out in a week. And, I'd be very, very upset for Virginia if they couldn't pull it out today.
So, because this will come out after the game's over. The trenches are stacked on VA side, stacked. And I'm of the mind of Andrew over there as well. I
got to stay in the middle.
Right.
Yeah. You can stay in the middle,
you gotta be fair.
But again, I got kids playing, for both sides.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We'll see what they do.
Yeah,
we got kids. Technically, we have kids on both sides. We have kids that we know on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But, we are Virginia guys. And I want to see Virginia put that one in the column.
I do too, man. I do too. Look, man, we love all those Virginia kids out there.
Yep.
We know a lot of them by first name.
Yep.
The Musselmans better strap up today.
They better. They better come ready.
And on the other side, the front seven, Maryland's front seven better be ready. So
Tarvis, we're looking for a good play from you today too. All right?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's one of our guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything else, gentlemen? And we just wanted it to be real brief.
Look, I'm just happy to be here. Coach, thank you for having us.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
This so much.
Appreciate you, Coach.
They not here, right? This is going to be Dog Advisors, St. James event for the rest of the time we do it. So
I love that.
They're going to be a part of it. We're going to make it grow. We're going to add to it and keep going up from here.
All right, brother. We appreciate your time, man. Thanks, everybody. And we hope you guys enjoyed the game. Thanks for coming out tonight.